A statement from the photo agency regarding Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's car chase. From Backgrid USA at Backgrid USA Inc., we value transparency and ethics in journalism, which include providing fair and factual responses to claims. We are aware of Prince Harry's statement regarding an alleged near-catastrophic car chase involving himself, Meghan Markle, and her mother in New York City on Tuesday night. We want to clarify that we have received photos and videos of last night's event from 4 freelance photographers, 3 of whom were in cars and 1 of whom was riding a bicycle. It is important to note that these photographers have a professional responsibility to cover newsworthy events and personalities, including public figures such as Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. According to the accounts given by these freelance contributors, they were covering the couple's stay in New York City, including the possibility of a dinner after an award ceremony. They had no intention of causing any distress or harm, as their only tool was their cameras. A few of the photos even show Meghan Markle smiling inside a cab. The photographers report that one of the 4 SUVs from Prince Harry's security escort was driving in a manner that could be perceived as reckless. The vehicle was seen blocking off streets, and in one video, it is shown being pulled over by the police. Damn! We understand that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's security detail had a job to do, and we respect their work. I'm sure you do. We do, however, want to point out that according to the photographers present, there were no near collisions or near crashes during this incident. The photographers have reported feeling that the couple was not in immediate danger at any point. You know it is a bad day for Meghan Markle when Backgrid has to issue an official statement clapping back at the statement that you and Harry gave out. It is my very humble opinion that Meghan Markle staged this pap walk and Backgrid are now covering their butts because they know that it's Meghan calling. They know that. This is a message to Meghan Markle saying, you know what, we're here. They even go on and say, even Meghan Markle was smiling in the cab, in the taxi pictures. They go and call out Harry's security, saying that they were the ones who were driving recklessly to the point that the police had to pull them over. Also, that they were blocking off the streets in New York, which is very, very dangerous. I do believe that this little pap walk backfired on Meghan Markle because there's absolutely no doubt in my mind that she set this whole thing up, but she underestimated Harry's paranoia. She underestimated the fact that he issued a statement, because this is also one thing that there's absolutely no doubt in my mind either, that Meghan Markle is playing with Harry's paranoia. This woman is not going to be happy until Harry offs himself somehow and she ends up being a widow, because the games that she's playing with Harry, who clearly is mentally not well and drugged up, because from what he's been saying, he's drugged up all the time in ayahuasca or marijuana. And it's already paranoid from a long-term use of drugs, which if you're a long-term drug user, you develop severe paranoia. So Harry is at a point, you can see it in his face, not her face nor Doria's, because they were both in on the grift. I do believe that Meghan Markle started to get worried when she saw how pissed Harry was, how angry Harry was. I don't think she saw that statement coming. And this is why Backgrid is covering their asses and is saying, hey, we were there to cover this, and Meghan was even smiling about it. That's their way of saying she knew. That's a very clear, loud message to Meghan Markle. You knew. Because I don't know if you saw this this pap who photographed Meghan Markle in Toronto with the flower thing. He was asked point blank, are you still having connections with Meghan Markle? Is she still calling you? He said no comment. Because of course Meghan Markle set this up. She was not happy that they were indeed not following them. I mean, that whole thing with the taxi, what was that all about? If you really are concerned for your safety, you don't fuck around in a busy city for an hour and a half to throw off paps. You get to your place as soon as you want to go. Why get out of the Suburbans? And there were 3 or 4. Get into a taxi, do a little drive around with your security behind you, because it wasn't the paps. When they got in the taxi, it wasn't the paps that were behind Meghan Markle and Harry. It was their security. And their security was going around taking pictures as well. But I think it got too much for Harry, and Meghan Markle is playing games. We saw that at Netflix. Oh, there was a guy in the Vespa, in the scooter. Oh yeah, and the guy also, and the one guy also in the basement. You know, safety first, safety first. I think somebody should read Meghan Markle, The Riot Act, because as much as I dislike Harry, I do believe that Meghan Markle is not going to be happy until this man offs himself. Because clearly Harry's paranoid because of all the long-term drug use. And Meghan Markle is stoking the fires of his paranoia and underestimating his reaction to it. And she's not smart enough nor capable to be able to handle his reactions. You can clearly see the idiot. He was actually worried and pissed and angry. Meghan Markle at the beginning thought it was funny, but when she saw how angry Harry was, and now that she's read that statement that he put out, because she had to follow along with what Harry said and pretend that she was scared when she wasn't. But Backgrid is clapping back at Meghan Markle. This is a big wake-up call for Meghan Markle, and it's going to be very interesting to see if Harry goes ahead and sues Backgrid, because the only ones chasing Harry and Meghan Markle were Backgrid. And Backgrid are a dial-a-pap. So this is a big, big wake-up call for Harry and Meghan Markle mostly. They're not going to be so eager to be responding to her calls and showing up. What do you guys think?
I think, just for the NYPD to say, this is the first we're hearing about this to reporters. I don't understand. Did they not file a report when they stopped at the police precinct? What happened? And who would advise them to jump in a cab? That's the solution. I really don't understand how everything unfolded last night. I'll say I'm grateful that they're okay. I'm grateful that there wasn't an incident, but you tried to play it off. I had so many people call me this morning going, was there an accident? Was anybody injured? Because of the way that they described this event. There was not an accident. No one was injured. And there's,
no chase.
Yeah, it's almost physically impossible. Did somebody follow you? Perhaps, but it's physically impossible to have a chase. And even
New York. Have you been to New York?
Yeah,
I have.
New York. TMZ reporting that the car went up to 80 miles an hour at one point.
Where? In downtown New York, leaving the theater?
Hold on, I can tell you. I can tell you where they said it happened. But after I read it, I thought, wow, that's really. They said it happened on the FDR Drive, on the east side of Manhattan, where the car reached up to 80 miles per hour. So
that's impossible.
So I don't know. I'm glad they're okay, but I do doubt the severity of their recollections may vary.
Their recollections definitely do vary here, but I don't